Good morning, Divine Souls. How are you today? Thank you so much for joining me. I am so excited for this topic today because it's actually one of my favorites. I think it's a really fun part of the journey. I love learning things, and on my spiritual ascension journey, a big thing that I love is being able to communicate with the divine. So, how does the divine and how does the universe communicate? They communicate through numbers. So, I'm sure a lot of you have already started seeing numbers on your journey, and that has brought you to me and to this discussion today. So, on my path, again, it all started probably with 1111, like a lot of you. It's a strong twin flame number. It's a strong number of spiritual growth and new beginnings and moving to the next level and everything like that. But I wanted to go deeper into not just numbers and not just their meaning, because you can go to Google and look up any angel number and it will tell you, it'll give you a meaning, and there's like thousands of articles, thousands of things that you can actually read on them. I'm just going to give you a little insight on my journey and like what the numbers mean for me specifically. So again, very similar to what is actually put out there online, but you will learn over time that part of the number system, it's you learning your way, you learning about how to communicate with the divine and how the divine communicates with you. It's also strengthening your intuition, your inner knowing, and your discernment between what is right and what's like coming from the angels and what could be coming from something else. So you do have to be discerning as far as what information is coming through. So I'm going to show you not only, and in the beginning I put like a little picture, a photo that shows all the numbers and the corresponding letters too. Because the big thing for me on my journey was not just the numbers, it's actually letters as well. So hopefully this comes across straight. I don't know right now. In the video, I think it's backwards, but all right. So 1111, 111. When you look at this card here, you're going to see numbers. Yeah, so that's how the universe communicates. But I've also, on my journey, I also realized that certain letter patterns also correspond to specific numbers. So I broke them down for you so you guys can see, and it's all basic numerology. So on my journey, like not only would I see 1111, I would see 111, I would see AAA or JJJ or SSS, like constantly, to the point where it forced me to like go through the alphabet and be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then like add the numbers together to figure out what number it was, right? Because everywhere I searched online, and I never saw anything about letters. So that's really why I wanted to share this with you, because this is so important to me. This is a huge part of my journey. Having the numbers correspond to the letters. So AAA, again, it's the first letter in the alphabet, so that actually corresponds to 1. That's pretty easy. J is 10, so if you add the 1 and the 0, you get the 1. And then S is 19, so if you add the 9 and the 1 together, you get 10, and then the 1 and 0 is 1. So again, all three of these letters, A, J, and S, actually correspond to 1. So now, where will you see these numbers? You will see these numbers everywhere. And like, this is what I love about it, because it's so fun, because I'm in my 40s and it's almost like I had to learn a whole new language, like learning Spanish, which is very difficult for me. But this was like easy, it was fun, but it's a way that we communicate with the universe. Now, I just want to let you know, I am not special in the sense that I can see this. I was on a spiritual ascension journey, and my senses were awakened to this. However, we all see these numbers on a daily basis. They are all provided to us by the universe. It's just whether or not our mind is fogged up to actually recognize them or not. Okay, but when you start to see these more and more, you're going to see more and more repetitiveness in seeing numbers. That's your soul like nudging you, saying, hey, like, we're trying to wake you up. We want you to remember. You see a little squirrel back there. We want you to remember who you truly are. So let's get on board and let's start to learn how we communicate with you. So, all right, cool. So 111. Another thing with this is, again, I went through a twin flame ascension journey where there was another, my divine counterpart, who was actually mirroring back to me every single shadow that was in my system so that I could heal it. So with that, 1111 is a big twin flame number because, again, they are mirror numbers to one another. But then also for me and my journey. So if this resonates with anybody, take it. If it doesn't, let it go. But whenever I would also see 1111 when we were in separation, it would also show me that it was individual work, right? So I had to work on myself at that time. He had to work on himself at that time, or he or she, whatever it is. It was your divine counterpart had to work on themselves. So for me, it took a very, my mind also corresponded it with it, like you're on the right path. This is the time for like oneness in the sense of, like individual work. Like you work on yourself, they work on their self, and then it's coming back together. So it's just that individual work. So now again, if you guys have any questions about any of these numbers, definitely shoot me a message or a comment. I would also love to know what you guys feel. And again, I'm not going to go too in depth with everything, but I wanted to at least crack the code with you as far as how you see these numbers and the letters. All right, so 222, BBB, KKK, TTT. So 222, really a big number for, again, my perception is that it is love from the divine, love from the angels, love from all the ascended masters, and love from your divine counterpart. So I really take this as I love you, I'm supporting you, I'm with you, okay? Now, I think I started to go into like where you see these numbers. So everywhere, right? So you may see, again, 222, I'm hoping this comes through properly, 222 on a receipt that you get at the store. You may see 222 when you open on the clock, all different times of the day, or at 222 during the day. You may see it anywhere because we're in a digital world. So you may just see it on your computer randomly. You're just going to see the numbers repeatedly. Now the letters, where they come into play, license plates. License plates are a huge thing for me. I literally, the divine communicates with me through license plates, through messages, through billboards. I see a lot, through a lot of different vans. Like it could be like a painter's van or something like that, or like a contractor van where it's like BBB painting or BBB horticulturist. I don't know, that's the first word that pops in my head. But anyways, so you get the gist as far as like where you're going to be able to see these numbers and letters. All right, so 2. 3, you know that my channel name is Divine Acceptance 333. Definitely check out my website if you guys have any questions, one-on-one with me. But 333 is one of my favorite angel numbers. This is a number that means a lot to me. 333, it means that for me, again, it's inner union in the sense that your divine masculine, in this sense, I'm talking about energies. The masculine energy, the feminine energy, and the third energy come together. So for me, on my journey, my divine counterpart would always come back when I saw 333. So it was just a sign that he was coming back in. But again, it does also mean like 333, that third energy is in play. So, because again, we all have masculine and feminine energies, and it's the God source, that third energy that comes in. So CCC, LLLUUU. These ones I would see everywhere because 3, again, is a huge number for me. So 444 typically means balance, not balance, I'm sorry. Foundation, stability, really creating that solid foundation for yourself on your spiritual ascension journey, your growth from there. And again, it's DDD, MMMVVV. 555, big number for change. This basically means change is on the horizon, change is coming. Then we got the E's, the N's, and the W's that correspond to that. 6s, this is one that would trip me up for a while, right? Because especially when I was learning to discern hone my own intuition, use my discernment. Because 666, we typically look at this as like a devil number, right? where it's like a negative. Like in the human race, we love to define things, and we kind of define this as a devil, a negative type of connotation. But really, 666 for me, it's more or less just like check your thoughts. Make sure that you're focusing on positive thoughts to spur your growth, to push you forward on your acceleration. So 666 is really just, in my mind, like it's kind of check yourself, check your thoughts. Where are your thoughts right now? Make sure you're focusing on positive thoughts and that everything works out and everything is divinely guided for you. So that goes FFF, OOO, and XXX. And again, I didn't see all these letters. There's certain letters that definitely came up, but I'm just giving you the baseline for it. 777, again, another one of my favorite numbers. GGG, PPP, and YYY. Sevens are, seven is a very divine number. So if you see this, you are very divinely guided. This is a beautiful number to see. It means everything. The heavens are with you. Everyone's with you, and it really just means that you are on the right path. Keep going. Everything is in alignment, and you are just moving forward. So just keep going. You are exactly where you're meant to be at that time. 8s, abundance. Da-da-da-da. Abundance is coins dropping from the sky. It just means basically abundance energy, that you are stepping into the frequency of abundance. So it's beautiful. That blessings are on their way to you. HHH, QQQ, ZZZ. 9s. 9s is I. I actually never really saw this letter at all, but 9s, I do see 9s. 9s and the next number, these kind of go hand in hand, right? So I will normally see 9s and then 0s right after. So this is like 9s are a sign of completion, that you kind of completed a phase, completed like a cycle. And then right after that, I normally see the 0s, which is kind of like a reset. It's a rebirth energy where you're going right from here, that end of the cycle, and then now it starts again. So it's just kind of reminding me, like, especially on an ascension journey, you go through spirals of learning. So typically you may go through something and then it kind of comes back around on itself, just to ensure that you really either integrated that lesson or learned it. So I kind of see that 9 and then the 0, they're 1 and 1, where it just kind of goes that spiral up. But I normally always saw those hand in hand. So that is my quick video on numbers and the letters that I would see that corresponded to them. I would love to hear feedback. Again, this is one of my favorite topics. It was, I love seeing numbers. I see them in everything. And just know on the journey, it will get to a point where you're just like, oh my gosh, like, please shut it off. But it's a blessing, and it gets overwhelming at certain times, but that's really just in the beginning stages. But you don't want to not be able to see these numbers. This is just the way that the universe communicates with us, and it's beautiful, and it's just a language like anything else. So now when I literally in my day-to-day life, I see it everywhere. But it's just a reassurance for me that everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. So again, hopefully these numbers and the letters bring you a little reassurance. If you want to talk numbers with me, definitely shoot me a message in the comments and make sure to like and subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.